Well, good evening everyone and welcome to Friday night here at the Peninsula Stadium as tonight Salford City welcome Cheltenham Town to Moor Lane in Sky Bet League 2, and Carl Robinson's side head into tonight's game after back-to-back away trips to Newport and Walsall, and despite a narrow 1-0 defeat at Walsall on Saturday, Salford do come into this evening's clash 9 points ahead of tonight's opponents, who currently sit bottom of the table. However, just a reminder that in the last meeting between these two sides in January of last season, the Robins secured a 2-1 victory over Salford at their home of Whaddon Road. That said, the Amis did enjoy much better outcomes here at Moor Lane last year, hosting Cheltenham twice and winning on both occasions, once in the league and once in the FA Cup, scoring twice on each occasion. But what about this season? Well, let's bring you the teams now, starting with Salford. And Carl Robinson has made just one change to the starting 11 tonight, with Jay Bird coming in for Cole Stockton, who drops to the bench. And what a bench it is, by the way. More on that in a second. Congratulations to Matty Young, starting in goal tonight. Sunderland lonely goalkeeper. Good news today, called up to the England under-21 squad. So congratulations to Matty. And it's going to be Salford to get us underway here, attacking left to right in this first half and wearing their customary red home kit, whilst Cheltenham are wearing their white away kit tonight. The referee is checking with both goalkeepers, his assistants and his watch, and we're off and running here in Sky Bet League 2. So free kick, Adi Aluwo making his way forward once again, and in comes the free kick now. It's a good ball in, met by Osterfield on the volley, but straight into Joe Day. Grant, picked up by Boyd. Osterfield breaks it up, sliding challenge coming in there from Kinsella, but here comes Sesse now making his way forward. Sesse looking to hold it up now, waiting for numbers to get forward in support. Sesse keeps going, tricks two Cheltenham players there and then goes for goal. Turton to Aluwo, Aluwo to his left-hand side to Garbett. Garbett now can bring the ball over the halfway line. Garbett waits. There's a run here from Harris, and Garbett is looking for Kadeem Harris. He might get to this. Harris does, plays the ball back to Sesse. Surely Sesse cleared. In fact, it might have been a save by the goalkeeper in the end. It looked like for a moment there, just a split second, that Sesse might be able to have an open goal, but Cheltenham got bodies back in time. Sesse now. Sesse, square to Woodburn. Woodburn in midfield, dead centre in Cheltenham territory. Sesse back to Woodburn now, drifting rightwards, then moving back in field again. This time he goes left to Garbett, to Harris on the left-hand flank now. Harris with Boyd in front of him. Harris, who's been threatening in this opening 20-odd minutes. Then there's a save there. There was a good header from, I think it was Josh Osterfield there, meeting that ball on the near post area. And Joe Day there called upon again. Free kick taken. Aluwo rises and wins the ball. And Harris now, with two white shirts in front of him, manages to dink the ball to Sesse inside the centre circle, who gets it to Woodburn. First time ball over the top. Osterfield leaves it because he was offside. Leaves it for Harris. Harris now. Harris surely goes for goal at the near post, takes a couple of deflections. It's not been dealt with by Cheltenham, who scramble the ball clear eventually, but only as far as Garbett. Salford certainly knocking on the door in the last 5 minutes. Garbett back on the ball, crosses the ball in towards Sesse, but that's defended. Goes out of play, does it for a corner? It does, it's going to be a corner to Salford. Michael Jude Boyd to take this throw in over on the far side. He's just waiting for the big man, Jacob Mazionis, to make his way into the box. The throw-in's taken. Here's Boyd now with the cross in, and it's met by Miller, who heads it into the side netting. Young delivers it out towards the right-hand side where Bird and Longello are. It's headed clear there by Wilcox. Turton heads it back, picked up here by Woodburn, who turns well on the right-hand side, plays it into midfield. Osterfield in space. Equally so is Garbett. Garbett looking leftwards to Harris. Harris on his right foot. No, puts on his left. Now back on his right. And now moving in field. Kadeem Harris goes for goal. Hits it well, but it was always rising. And in the end, went a couple of metres over the bar into the away end. Score remains 0-0. Garbett in space now on the left-hand side, can make his way forward. Luke Garbett waits, threads that ball to Osterfield. Back it comes to Garbett, who gets it to Harris. Osterfield there, a give and go, and Harris could cross this ball in. It's flicked by Sesse. Longello is also there, and eventually it's cleared by Cheltenham. But once again, the threat is down the left for Salford. Young, square, to the right-hand side of defence to Turton, who can now bring the ball towards the halfway line. Here's Longello. Longello gets the better of Archer. Longello making his way down the right-hand side into the penalty area. Crosses the ball in towards the back post. So that beats everyone. And it's going to be a goal kick to Cheltenham. The referee is going to blow for half-time. And that is indeed half-time here at the Peninsula Stadium. And it's goalless at the break. But that's not for the want of trying. Joe Day has produced a couple of decent saves in this opening 45 minutes to prevent Salford from taking a lead. And at half-time here at the Peninsula Stadium, it's Salford City 0, Cheltenham Town 0, and we'll be back in 15 minutes with the second half. Well, welcome back to the Peninsula Stadium as the half-time break is about to draw to a close, and it looks like we've got a double substitution happening at half-time as well for Salford City, with Cole Stockton and Matt Butcher both making their way onto the field of play for the second half. Looks like it's going to be for Jay Bird and Josh Osterfield. 0-0 the score as we're about to start this second half, but Salford with the better of the chances. Kadeem Harris having a very strong game on the left-hand side in that opening 45 minutes, with both Sesse and Osterfield forcing Joe Day, the Cheltenham goalkeeper, into saves in that first half. But the score is 0-0 as we're about to kick off this second half here at the Peninsula Stadium. It's going to be Martin to get us started, and we're back off and running for the second half. It's a first touch here for Cole Stockton, a back heel to release Woodburn on the right-hand side. Woodburn now waiting for support, gets it to Butcher, Butcher to Garbett. Garbett might think about a shot and does, and that is just narrowly over or narrowly wide, just missing the corner of the goal there. And Woodburn angle, well, Woodburn now improvises getting a challenge in, but eventually Kinsella can play it down the right hand side for Miller to chase. Miller with Turton for company, and he gets the better of Turton, does Miller. Miller crosses the ball in, good hands from Young. Ros Longello, free kick taken quickly by Longello, gets it to Woodburn, to Butcher, first time ball leftwards to Garbett. Here's Harris. What a storming first half. Here is Harris, crosses the ball in towards Longello. Longello brings the ball down, goes for a cheeky back heel, takes a deflection and misses the post and just goes wide and goes out of play for a corner. Well, what do you say about that chance? I mean, Longello could have gone for the standard turn and shoot, but opted for the back heel instead to try and catch everyone out. But Salford do have a corner with 4 minutes into the second half. It's taken shot by Garbett to Woodburn. Garbett keeps running and Garbett gets the ball. Corner of the penalty, drives it towards the near post, but Day was watching it. Aluo now venturing forward, pointing where he wants the ball to go, and that is indeed where the ball goes, and finds Grant. Grant back to Harris, moving infield now, going right, then heads back left. Grant. Oh, good play to Harris. Harris crosses the ball in. Great ball from Kadeem Harris. He drove that in towards the back post. It was good defending from Cheltenham because Longello was nearby. Garbett. Good ball to Stockton. Stockton shields it. Off into the path of Ben Woodburn, who just drives it wide of goal. Well, Cole Stockton there with good vision and hold-up play, releasing Ben Woodburn. Woodburn not hitting the target. Woodburn went for power. Young plays it long. Here's Sesse. He's going to fall for Grant. Grant and Kinsella here battling for the ball, and that's good play from George Grant. Grant to Sesse in space. He might think about a shot here. Brings the ball forward, then does go for a shot, and that cannons off the roof, the underside of the roof of the Agecroft end, and goes out to play for a goal kick. Day with the long ball forward. Aluo and Miller. Aluo gets his foot on that ball, but it's picked up by Young. Gets it to Boyd. Boyd back to Young. It's a give and go, and Boyd now is in space along the byline, crosses the ball in, and Cheltenham Town with their first shot on target score. It was played back there by Boyd to Miller, and Miller hits it into the roof of the net, and Cheltenham Town take the lead here at the Peninsula Stadium 56 minutes played here at Moor Lane. Young just on the edge of the centre circle now, gets possession back for the Ammies and waits for everyone to get back on side. He chips it to this near side to Butcher. Butcher now brings the ball forward down the left-hand flank. Butcher keeps going, dinks it to Stockton. Stockton holds it up well. Cole Stockton turns, goes for goal. Just dips towards Day to make it a bit more tricky for the Cheltenham goalkeeper, but it's comfortable in the end. Aluwo now looks right to Turton, who can bring the ball over the halfway line now. The right centre half making his way forward down that right-hand side. Longello now. Longello moves in field, crosses the ball in with his left foot, and there's Harris making the run, and he was being watched there by Boyd. Boyd just put his shoulder in there just as Harris was making his way to meet that ball. The referee will suggest that's all fair enough, and well, Harris gets himself a yellow card as well for dissent. But question being asked there, looks like Haji Minoga is going to be making a return, it looks like. This will be his first appearance this season after picking up an injury in the final game of pre-season against Stockport County. Been a big miss as Haji Minoga, great player on the right-hand side. Oh well, Salford lose out here, and here comes Miller. Miller's through on goal here, one-on-one. Good save by Matty Young. However, the second ball is with Miller, and eventually it goes just wide of the post. We're going to have these substitutions now. And Sesse makes way. Had a good couple of opportunities in the first half. He's making way for Nicholas Sirret, the Uruguayan, making his debut. Exciting prospect. What can he do here in the closing 24 minutes or so? Well, it's a corner to Salford. Here's Longello. Longello goes for goals. Tipped over the bar by Joe Day. And now Aluwo on the ball. Aluwo square to his right-hand side to Minoga. To Sirret. Clever play, gets it back to Minoga, can drive forward. Minoga goes for goal. Drags it wide. Good link-up play there between the two substitutes, Siri and Minoga. Well, there's Boyd with an improvised clearance in the end. Straight to Woodburn. Here's Garbutt to Harris. Harris now on the left-hand side. Harris making his way in field, still with the ball to Grant, back to Harris. Goes for a looping effort, that misses the target, goes over the bar. Well, loose throw there by Archer. It comes into play though, so we carry on regardless. Here's Siri holding it up, releases Longello. Longello now, can he find a ball to Harris? He certainly can. Harris brings the ball down well on the left-hand side of the penalty area. Here's Kadeem Harris, trying to find an opening for a shot. Lays the ball to Woodburn, that's blocked. Falls for Garbutt, back to Harris. Harris chips that ball in towards Siri on the back post, but that was asking a lot of the young Uruguayan. Goes out of play for a goal kick. Luke Garbutt, the Salford captain, with this corner ball from the right. Swirling in it comes, the shirt being pulled there, certainly against the Aluwo. The referee had a good look at that, but points for a goal kick. Salford still trail here by 1-0 at home to Cheltenham Town. George Grant, one arm raised, in comes the cross now, in it comes, it's headed clear though by Cheltenham. Possession picked up again by Salford in the guise of Matt Butcher, who plays it out to the right hand side to Longello. Longello now crosses this ball in, Cheltenham going further back, and there's Kadeem Harris meeting the ball on the back post of Salford City, scoring equaliser here in added time in the 3rd minute of additional time. As Salford draw back level from one wing back to another. Ros Longello there from the right-hand side, picking up possession from Butcher, crossing that ball in, met by Kadeem Harris, and cementing, in my humble opinion, his man of the match performance tonight, Kadeem Harris, by scoring that all-important equaliser. It's one apiece. Boyd heads it into the area, and this might be a late attack from Cheltenham. No, Matty Young gathers. Is there one last late attack from Salford here? Young with a high ball towards Siri. Appeals to handball, strong appeals, but we carry on. Stockton gets it to Woodburn. Woodburn from distance, slices it. And that is full-time here at the Peninsula Stadium, and it's on as even. It's finished one apiece here between Salford City and Cheltenham Town there, weathering the late surge from Salford City, which did result in a late equaliser from Kadeem Harris, but in the end Cheltenham Town had time on their side and have held on here for their first point of the season. On a Friday night here at the Peninsula Stadium, it's finished Salford City 1, Cheltenham Town 1, and you enjoy the rest of your weekend. You take care. Bye-bye.